Well, welcome back to my weekly blog. We're doing it a little bit different this week. We're outside because there's a very special scene at the Capitol this week that I want you to be sure and see. Out here on the south lawn, we have flags from the state of Oklahoma and the United States. And while this is a beautiful scene, it signifies something that is a bad situation for our state and our nation. We're looking at the different cases that affect child abuse and neglect in our state. Each of the Oklahoma flags symbolizes a child in Oklahoma who died from child abuse and neglect, and the American flag symbolizes a percentage of the children who have died around the country from child abuse and neglect. Now, this is an issue that we as legislators are charged to address and try and find some kind of solution. And of course, I'm running a couple of bills with that this year. House Bill 2227 creates a runaway alert system which would hopefully reduce the amount of sex trafficking we see from those individuals finding kids who are runaways, and those kids, of course, going into a bad situation often ends in death. The bill that I had filed met an ending in the Senate this last week when the committee refused to give it a hearing at the request of the Senate author. Now I'm working to get that language filed into another bill along with an amendment that would allow for the alert systems, the silver alert, the amber alert, and this newly created runaway alert system to allow individuals to help fund that privately. And I'm going to keep fighting for that and make sure that we some way, somehow get something in place to help runaways. And of course, I want to thank the city of Marlow. There was a child that was missing this weekend, and they put out an alert over the phones to the people in the area, and that did help find the child. So I want to thank them for being so proactive. Another bill I'm working on, House Bill 2228, allows for school boards to have the ability to do background checks on volunteers. We've been working with individuals trying to make sure that data is not put in place, too much data where individuals lose that privacy and security. But we do need to find a way to make sure that volunteers, especially those ones not known to the school, could have moved into the area a short time ago, that these volunteers, there might be some suspicion, to do some kind of background check to make sure that the individual is on the up and up. By federal law, the state cannot do a background check on volunteers unless authorized. So this bill would simply create that authorization. Again, we're looking at ways to try and protect that privacy and the information from going into some type of database, but I do want to try and find a way to make sure that we give the schools the ability to do background checks, especially on those individuals who go on overnight trips with the kids or have access to the locker rooms, as we've certainly seen too much abuse, and anything we can do to help prevent an abuser from going into a situation, it's just an insurance policy to protect those kids. So I want to thank you for following this blog. It's not all gloom and doom up here, I promise. We are working to try and make things better for people, and I appreciate you following this, and any suggestions you have, certainly please contact my office, and we'll do what we can to try and get some better laws passed and help the people of the state. So talk to you soon.